Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Alright, I think it's good. So, hello interwebs. Welcome to my first live stream. And we're gonna play association, one game, and right after that, one game of my player. So I play my association with Detroit Pistons. I already played 3 games, and we are 3-0 in the season. Here's the top scorers, and we're gonna play against Miami Heat today in the live stream. So it should be a pretty nice game. And I just wanted to show you the box score of the last game against Bobcats, and I don't think you would believe Bobcats were 4-0 before this game, and Brandon Knight, I don't know if you can see on a 360p resolution, but he was 5 of 5 from downtown. So that was a pretty cool game, and I think I'm gonna upload the 4th quarter of that game to my YouTube account. Pretty cool game. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Alright, so enough talking. Let's play against the Heat.
Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Monday night in the NBA, it'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against the Detroit Pistons. And things are about ready, so let's head on out to Kevin, Clark, and Steve for the call in Detroit.
And they're a bit earlier, the Pistons getting mentally and physically ready to play. Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Hart, and I'm joined by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr as we get set to bring you all the action. And State Farm presents the starting lineups. One of the guys we're watching now for today, Greg Monroe.
You know, he's got a very laid-back demeanor in person, but he plays hard, and he does a nice job of really following shots, getting offensive rebounds, and finishing second-chance opportunities. And Steve, that certainly extends to the defensive end as well. I mean, he's
so this is probably going to be my first loss in the season, so
stripping the ball away from
I'm probably going to take a beating against Miami Heat.
And their shooting percentage from that game tells the story.
Although we have a better record.
I know, it was something to watch, wasn't it? I mean, I kept waiting for those guys.
They are 1-2 in the season.
Now, here is Knight. Again, Sharp, he was really on his game. There's the pass to Maxey. Back to Knight. Knight gets a screen from Maxey. Knight passes to Maxey.
That's gonna miss. So my strategy on defense is gonna be sag off a little bit. Wade forced his way through.
A breathtaking display.
First highlight.
Supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get that high, that's crazy. You know, the Pistons had a look at the playoffs for a brief moment last year, Kevin.
You gotta clog the paint.
Couldn't quite make the sustained push. Their shortcoming made it 3 straight seasons now without postseason play.
Now here's Stuckey. And that one's good.
See the pick there. Got him wide open all the way.
Good pick.
And here are the Heat. And earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Lawrence Frank. What'd you find out, Doris?
It's their first look at the defending NBA champions this season, which he acknowledged adds to the atmosphere surrounding the game. He talked about the big three, saying, we can't really focus too much on LeBron or Wade or
Gotta make them
Bosh.
shoot jump shots.
On one,
Gotta
the
help
others
on
will just light us up.
LeBron and Wade
It has to be a total
inside.
team effort on defense. Defense the key for them guys.
Ah, wrong button.
Stolen by Bosh. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. James. And blocked.
Please don't block on LeBron.
The Pistons on offense. It's a
Nice.
three-point game. Adding on to what you were saying, Clark, about the Pistons, the team has been around in one form or another for 70 years now. They've only missed the playoffs 24 times. That's pretty consistency.
Yeah, they brought home 3 titles since they moved from Fort Wayne to Detroit. Of course, back-to-back titles.
All right, just relax.
Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys.
Play your game.
And then more recently had moved with Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. So an organization that's rich with tradition.
Here's Monroe, and he finishes it home with one hand.
Not much resistance on that team.
Defensively, you're right, not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of them and they paid the price.
Bosh, it's the big for Chalmers. Here's the lead pass. He gathers. Rebound by the Pistons. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
And along with the rest of his Heat teammates, Chris Bosh has heard his share of criticism.
And one.
Being aggressive enough
Beautiful.
offensively or rebounding enough. But, you know, it can be a challenge to try to blend all those different players into one team. I think Bosh has been a really nice addition for the Heat.
And Steve, to Chris Bosh, one thing he has said offensively is he doesn't like missing shots. He said, I can make 3 in a row. And then if I miss 2 in a row, I feel like I'm blowing it. What do you think of that?
Well, I like that attitude of perfection. That's what makes the really good players great. You know, that's really not the mentality of big-time scorers in the league, but based on where Bosh is and who he's playing with, that's fine. I think it works.
Wade tries in, and that is good.
That's too easy.
He's got 5.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points.
We gotta get better defensively because our defense is
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes.
right at the bottom of the league.
And Parsons kicks tonight. Takes a 3. There's the block. The feed to Parsons. Feeds tonight. Monroe with a screen on Chalmers. Knight dishes to Stuckey. Back to Knight. Over Chalmers. And Brandon Knight the bucket on the assist by Stuckey. The Heat with the lead. Chalmers with it. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Wade passes to Bosh. He dishes it to Chalmers. He's guarded by Knight. Shot clock at 5. Here's LeBron. Nice concentration.
Oh, I jumped too early.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in mid-air and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing. And guys, you know the story. Eric Spoelstra, coach of the Heat, a guy who worked his way from the ground up with this organization. I mean, from video coordinator,
I wanted to fake,
advanced scout,
but it didn't work.
assistant coach, then director of scouting over 13 years.
No way,
Finally
no way.
becomes the head coach.
Let's go.
He's shown himself to be very much a good fit for that position.
Now, here's Knight. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Monroe with a screen on Chalmers.
Oh, post him up, post him up.
Here's Parsons, defended by Chalmers. And it's on the bottom to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal. A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
No good. That would have tied it.
And, you know, going back to Eric Spoelstra, what a job he's done over the last couple of years with all of that pressure after the acquisition of LeBron James. So much scrutiny and criticism, but he handled it beautifully. He got his team playing its best when they needed to be playing their best, and they were able to capture that championship a year ago. What a run.
Here's Parsons. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And the basket by Naxio.
Well, good job finding a little opening in the defense and burying the jumper.
Now Chalmers.
Oh, I see that coming. And I couldn't do anything.
Well read know exactly where that pass was going.
Yeah, especially on the lob pass, the positioning has to be perfect.
Yeah, as easy a 2 points as you're going to get on the soft alley-oop. That was nice.
Clark, they've been looking at a set offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And Monroe backs it. Out to Stuckey. Takes the three. And the shot is good.
All right.
Stuckey's got 5 points so far.
He may not be their top
On the game side,
guy, but he's still got a
let's
cover
go.
in some form of fashion.
Chalmers was wide open.
Chalmers
Didn't take the shot.
And the basket by Chalmers.
Attacking the
I
paint
guess
again and
this
again.
is good too.
They're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Now, here's Knight. Dishes it to Parsons. He passes to Monroe. He kicks it to Knight. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
Now, here is Monroe. Following the miss by Kristoff. Knight kicks to Stuckey. Back to Knight. For the 3. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey.
All right. We're leading by 1.
Miami calls their first time out of the game.
I'm gonna
Miami Heat
substitute
are relatively
Terrence Williams
young as a
in.
team in terms of NBA history.
And
Joined the league in 1988.
all right, let's go.
They hit the ground running and have been a force in the East since they became part of the league.
Terrence Williams is checked in for Detroit.
We'll see how he'll do against LeBron.
Wade gets a screen from Bosch. It's back to Battier.
Oh no, rebound.
Second chance effort. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew
And a
contact
foul.
on the shot. The Heat shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
So not very good start for Williams.
Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization
Good ball movement.
in the NBA over the years.
It has been all offense here early. It sure has been. I mean, both teams clicking, and it's been an entertaining game as well, guys.
Rebound by Greg Monroe. Pistons have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Back to Williams. Passes it to Monroe. Covered by Anthony. Puts up the baby hook. Maxito dishes to Monroe. Outside Williams. Monroe with a screen on Betty. Williams passes to Maxito.
Nice cut inside.
And it's a 4-point Piston lead.
Nice teamwork there. The pick, bringing up his teammate.
And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Kicks it to Battier. Pass to LeBron. Wade. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's now 9 points for Wade. And here is Knight. He has 5. Maxio sets a screen for Knight. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way.
I think he's been fighting his shot a little bit. He's not getting many of them to drop right now.
The drive by LeBron. Runs up strong with one hand and smashes it down.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just drives and making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often.
That was a weird dunk.
And the highlight reel replay.
The ball went out.
Right. Good stuff. Here is Knight. After the Heat pick up 2. The dish to Williams. Monroe sets a screen for Williams. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. They get it back. And Monroe kicks to Knight. Over Chalmers. Rebounded by Anthony.
Well, Brandon Knight is an athletic, combo guard. Spent 1 year at Kentucky. He took the Wildcats to a Final Four. And for a Detroit team that's already stacked with combo guards, it's a questionable fit. But he's got a bright future in this league. It's just a matter of finding the right situation.
Now here's Stuckey. He had a 15-point out.
Nice.
Here's Chalmers. And
all right.
Call time here. And Brandon Knight can still definitely score, but still developing and proving himself.
I'm gonna change Max
Yeah,
Hill.
he really is a guy that takes his craft seriously. As a matter of fact, coming out of high school, even in Kentucky, one of the things that
And I'm gonna give a rest for Monroe.
strive for such perfection.
And okay, let's go.
Continue to work and develop.
Arena's gonna come in for Knight soon.
Going forward, because he can be, I think, an excellent guard as a defender and scoring player.
I'm gonna check in on comments right after first quarter. If anybody commenting, fast break.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
Kickball. Ray Allen in the game for the Miami Heat.
So it's Detroit now. Stuckey kicks tonight. Outside Williams. The Pistons working the ball around now. Gets it to go. That was a 5-point Piston lead.
Fellas, they are beating up from outside now. Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Now here's Lewis.
I got an email. I should turn that off, really.
Clock at 6. With the clock winding down, shot is off.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
Stuckey dishes to Knight. He feeds it to Drummond. Back to Knight. Knight gets a screen from Drummond. Knight passes to Drummond. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Andre Drummond is one of those high-risk, high-reward picks. He's 6'11", athletic, 275 pounds, and he's skilled. But the questions that persist are about his motor and his assertiveness. So we'll see if he can live up to his potential.
And the Pistons making a change here. Arenas is checked in. Then for the Heat, LeBron is checked in for Lewis. James Jones comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Jones for 3. That's good. So Chalmers.
Yeah, I've seen someone was open.
Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. And when you look at Drummond teams in this league, they're always inclined to take a chance on a player with his size and his ability.
Well, it's a no-brainer, really, when you can run as well as he does at his size. That's something you can't teach, and it's always in demand.
And the game's tied, 25-25. We should get the last. Excuse me. We should get the last shot.
Arenas with it. Over that win against the Bobcats, he's another guy who really showed up to play. On the wing, Williams throws it down. And the Pistons lead by 2.
Good dunk.
Now Chalmers. LeBron outside. Now the pass to Jones. Back to LeBron. He's against Uredko. Haslam can't get it to go. Here's Stuckey. No good. We're at the end of 1 quarter of play. Still a close game.
All right, we're up by 2. Pretty cool game. I think we can win this. Right, let me check what's going on Twitch. What's up? That kid from down the street. I think that's how I should spell that. All right, let's start the second quarter. Hope you enjoy my live stream so far.
And we got it close in here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the distance, what do you think?
And the key is in the second chance points. You look at this team.
I'm gonna do my player right after this game.
Impressive in that first quarter.
So if you don't like associations, so don't worry.
Totals and also demoralize your opponent.
Jason Maxfield is out there with Andre.
But the stream runs smooth. But I tested it yesterday, so it should be fine.
That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. And let's now go to the sideline and catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, for the Heat last season, some adjustments made offensively.
Stucky's playing really good. I like him.
D-Wade resolved to get inside, and they cut down on their three-pointers. LeBron trimmed his three-point attempts almost in half. Wade cut his down to about a quarter from the prior year. Chris Bosh said, them getting down into that post, being aggressive, getting to the line and drawing fouls, I think is great for the team. LeBron James said, I'm just trying to focus on
Ray Allen to the line.
get to the free throw line. We have enough three-point shooters on this team. Kevin?
Well, Doris, it makes sense. They're tough to handle down. It opens up things for everyone else.
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just
I
amazing.
should get
with that
Stucky
deep
some
range, incredible accuracy,
rest.
and he can also put the ball in the net
maybe
a little bit
on
once or
next.
twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's something he can do in his sleep. He doesn't even think about the situation or the defense.
Wow.
The eye just target and lets it fly. Well, that's a quality look there.
I wouldn't think that that's gonna be a good shot.
Straight now from long range, putting up points in a hurry, but it was a pretty clear picture now of what Detroit is trying to accomplish. And that's build their identity around their young players, guys like Stuckey and Monroe and Brandon Knight. High character, high quality people. And I think Detroit is definitely on the right track if they can continue to make the right personnel moves.
Now here's Stuckey. Following the shot by Ray Allen. It's stolen by Allen. And here we go with Allen on the up the court. An amazing finish with a hand.
Hey, that was a box, I think. Oh well.
Allen's got 6 points.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Steve, going back to what you said, the front office just can't say enough positive things about their young players, and it seems the character, and Clark, you're big on this, the character
Stucky one more time.
is a big part of
Oh,
the
yes.
That's huge, Kevin. He really is a good attitude and a solid worker.
Brandon Knight was on fire last game. Now Rodney Stucky.
With those attributes, and it paid off for the Pistons as their young players have continued to improve each year.
And so here is Miami following the three-pointer by Rodney Stuckey. Battier kicks to Wade. He's guarded by Stuckey. Just 5 on the clock. The jumper. Rebound by the Pistons. Williams has got his third rebound tonight.
They're really getting
Arenas.
inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many
Everything's
second
falling in.
opportunities, which is always important. It's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Here's Cole following the basket by Gilbert Arenas. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Allen right side. Left side Bosh. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Cole. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Stucky.
From past the arc.
Oh, not this time.
Rebound. Arenas dishes to Williams. Feeds to Maxia. Here's Truman. Swings it on the run.
There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
And the Heat call time.
Yeah, the Heat need a timeout.
You know, and moving forward for Miami,
We're up by 11, I think.
They won't have a lot of cap room because of the big contracts of Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. But remember, it is easy to lure free agents to Miami because of the presence of those three, and then also
I'm gonna get
the attraction
their deli for a while. At power forward.
And some changes here for the Heat. These are the players that had the most success from deep last season. Ray Allen fourth, and of course Mike Miller.
Now, what shooting we saw from those guys last season. I mean, they were draining shots from everywhere. They seemed to be on a roll all year.
Stuckey passes to Drummond. Now the feed to Doug. He dishes it to Williams. Dishes to Arenas. It's stolen by Hansel. And here's the fast break for Bryant.
No.
I'm not sure which was better, the fast break or the
I couldn't
steal
catch up.
Started.
I think it was the defense, Steve, quite honestly. I mean, the whole play isn't even possible if he doesn't make the steal.
But Steve, going back to Miami and then trying to lure talent down to South Beach, not only the city itself, but veterans line up to play, knowing, like we were talking about the front part, they have a chance to win a championship.
And that's the motivation. And as long as the big three are there, they won't have any trouble finding players who have been let go or in the last years of their contract who want to play for a winner. And those kind of players are willing to give up some cheese for some gold. Well, they say control the glass, control the game. They're definitely controlling the glass.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's been the case here tonight. Big lead they're enjoying on the glass.
Now here's LeBron. Last game with 30 points. He kicks it to Haslam. Rebound, Detroit. Williams has got his fifth rebound in this one. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the
And
Bucks
one.
at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team.
Stuckey is on fire this game.
Not much defense, though. Well, there's probably two areas of concern if you're a Miami fan. One is the depth of the front court, and the other is the point guard situation. Although last year I thought Mario Chalmers had an excellent season.
Up by 14.
It was a surprise, the rookie out of Cleveland State.
James Jones, who's checked in for the Heat. Now here's LeBron. 9 points in the game so far.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Arenas kicks to Williams. Arenas has screen on Chalmers. Williams dishes to Arenas. Back to Williams. Works one up from 19. Drummond passes to Doug. He passes to Drummond. Haslam on him. The fadeaway cannot hit. And Miami the other
Is that
way
an
out.
air ball?
Back to Miami. If they can see their young players, and Steve just mentioned this, growing that point guard role as they did last year, then
Nice block.
really, Clark, front court depth will be their...
I saw that all the way.
only concern going from this point on.
And that's a pretty short list of concerns to have if you're a team. I mean, the Heat will always have to worry about depth to some degree given how they're built around the big three, but it looks like they won't have too many point guard issues going forward.
Ray Allen has checked in for Mike Miller.
It's 2 fouls now here in the first half, so we'll see if they let him try to play through it.
The Heat shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
A lot of changes last year for the Pistons, guys. New ownership, new coach, but it seemed to me that they started to figure out a direction kind of halfway through the season. And I think their future is suddenly looking a lot brighter than it was a couple of years ago.
Here's Rennett. Williams with the ball. Jones covering. It's going on. Allen right side. Back to Jones. This is a grab.
Just want to check something real quick. Alright, I just wanted to check defensive assist. It's off.
Kicks to Jones.
Oh,
Again, the miss by the Heat.
he crossed me nice. I went totally the other way. But he missed the shot.
They ended up near the bottom once again. They certainly did have, some revelations. Namely, I think, Clark, in the play of their terrific big man, Greg Monroe.
I really like his game, Kevin. He's a post player that you can most definitely build around. The Pistons seem lost for a little bit, but now they have some cornerstones. You talk about Greg Monroe. I thought Brandon Knight had a good rookie season, so a couple of good pieces there.
Joel Anthony's checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Ray Allen. 5 on the clock. With 1 on the clock, and that's good for 2. Monroe's got his 3rd basket of the night. LeBron kicks to Wade. Backing in. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Very few players have his experience.
Redick can't guard Wade.
Can he ever try to get to that rim?
You know, one of the things that he did a nice
Should
job
double
of
team
last
him.
year was preserving Dwayne Wade's energy by cutting down his minutes.
Oh, what the hell?
Career low during the regular season.
Oh, no. No. Oh, boy.
Of course, had a lot of help with LeBron James and Chris Bosh. More than willing to put his own personal numbers aside in search of the championship.
And the Pistons
Starting to pressure.
after the Heat
Really
pick up
good.
2. There's the screen. Williams dishes to Redick. The 3. Rebound by the Heat. And you mentioned Dwayne Wade's career low in minutes. LeBron also played at career low in minutes. Chris Bosh, the second least to his rookie season. But there was a method to this. They wanted those guys rested.
I'm gonna take a timeout.
Compacted season.
No question about it, Kevin, and that was pretty universal across the board when you look at
He's
teams
tired.
of championship caliber.
Gonna
Trying to
get
make
Parsons
sure they
back
use the
and
bench more
Maxfield.
effectively. And I hope it plays out going forward, even in a more normal season.
And Stuckey.
Because there are a lot of good
And,
players, and it does save your star
Brandon
players
Knight.
to be at their best hopefully when the games mean the most late and in the playoffs.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Jason Maxiell's checked in for Dudley. Chandler Parsons comes in for Terrence Williams. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Jay Taylor. And it's Brandon Knight in for Gilbert Arenas.
I got yours.
Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got 4 points in the quarter.
Tell you what, since the end of the first quarter, he has really come alive. Let's check out what Doris Burkhead did.
Guys, Dwayne Wade is the only guard in NBA history to average a block a game over his career. Of his shot blocking, he says, shot blocking is first about courage. I take a lot of pride in it. If I can talk about anything in my statistical game, it's my blocks. It's the one thing I look at. I always enjoy it because I'm not supposed to do it as much as I have over my career. Kevin, it's a real advantage defensively.
He's something else, Doris. Thanks.
A great two-way player, and at 6'4", amazing the way he can protect the rim.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
1 second on the shot clock.
And guys, we look now at some numbers for Greg Monroe, coming off an excellent season.
Oh, it's
last
their
year,
ball.
11th in rebounding. And he seemed to have a great touch from inside and out. He was in the top 15 in field goal percentage.
And you also mentioned what a powerful rebounder he was. I mean, timing, tenacity, physicality. I mean, he had all that working for him on the glass. Dwayne Wade, a player who's dealt with some injuries over the years. Matter of fact, he deals with bad migraines from time to time. He actually looked into playing with tinted goggles to help with that, but the league wouldn't allow it. They said it would prevent defenders from seeing his eyes.
And the Heat making a change here. Rose is checked in. Now, here's Knight. He's got 7. Monroe, the pass tonight. Back to Monroe. Pass tonight from outside the arc. Right up. And Craig Monroe with the sweep.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
That's good. Lewis has got his first 2 points of the night. And going back to Wade and those migraines you were talking about, Clark, the league said he couldn't wear tinted goggles. Might have been a stylish look, but Steve, they said that it was an unfair advantage.
That was a surprising ruling, Kevin. I'm not sure where the advantage would come. I guess
Offensive 3 seconds.
because you can't see his eyes, that it would put the defender at a disadvantage. But still, you'd think they would give the guy a break with migraine headaches.
And Cole kicks to Wade. He's guarded by Stuckey. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Yes.
Now at the break of the floor, you can see the
It's off
team
Wade.
that led the NBA in steals last year. The Heat third.
You could tell by watching them just how focused they were at the defensive end of the court.
Knight gets to Parsons. The dish to Monroe. Pistons passing it around. Maxfield sets a screen for Knight. There's the triple. Good. Knight's got 10.
That's how you extend the lead. I mean, they have tremendous confidence going for them right now. And that confidence is leading to some excellent shooting.
Here's Cole. 1:29 left in the first half. That's good. Cole's got his first points in this
If a computer player makes a floater, they usually make it. I never saw a computer player miss a floater.
He feeds it to Maxfield. Again, the Pistons good for two. The Heat trail by 14. Here's Cole. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it.
You know, you talk about that tough team Lawrence Frank had in New Jersey. I mean, when you took that team over, you rattled off 13 straight wins. 6 of those were on the road consecutively. So both of those marks set records for a new head coach.
And the Heat making a change here. Giannis Haslem. He's checked in for Bosh. LeBron comes in for Rashard Lewis.
He missed it.
For Shane Battier. And Chalmers in for Norris Cole. Knight. And it's D. Wade with the rebound. Wade's got his...
That would be an epic dunk.
This is Dazzle. And so he draws the foul on the...
Oh, it's too far.
Shot and trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, when you have the talent that Miami has, Kevin, you figure that kind of team is going to be pretty formidable, whether they're playing at home or on the road.
Haslem hits both of them. Like you mentioned, Miami very good on the road because they just knew how to put up points. I guess that's going to always what it comes down to. Who's going to score the most. But on the road in particular, you got to score a lot.
You got to be able to score and you've got to be able to defend. And Miami did both of those things last year. Obviously, an incredibly gifted team with LeBron and Wade. The third in the league in field goal percentage offense. They were able to go out on the road and score enough to win.
Hit the line. Wade passes to Miller. Back to Wade. He's guarded by Stuckey. LeBron James on the wing. Over Maxfield. And LeBron James gets it to go. LeBron's now got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, it's easy to take him for granted because we're so used to seeing him make those kinds of plays.
All right, so that's the first half. Let me check the Twitch. Just gonna check it real fast if it's running okay. If it's running okay, but it is. So, all right, let's go to the second half.
Pistons on top. They lead by 12. And we'll be back right after
Let's
halftime
watch
to get the third quarter underway.
Halftime report.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. With a few games of the new season already under our belt, we're back in the NBA groove. This is 2K Sports. The Pistons coming out of the gates in charge. They're off to a hot start this season. They'd like to continue that hot streak in this game. Rodney Stuckey has got it absolutely locked in against Miami. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And on the other side, Miami's still strapping. Active hands is the way you describe their play. Getting a good amount of steals. They're playing up defensively and picking them off. A sensational first half for Dwayne Wade. Consistent shooting from the field, making well over 65% of his shots. Not a lot of guys put up a half a basketball like that. NBA action just getting started here. Some games coming up.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Without question, Rodney Stuckey displaying his skills today.
But we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up
So
these kind of
lead
big
by
numbers.
12
And I would think
in
that
halftime.
most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, the best perimeter tandem in the game. Haslem and Bosh are up front. And it's Chalmers in at the one. The Heat have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, it's easy to see that the East is improving as a conference, and the Pistons are doing their best to keep
come
up with
on.
everyone, but they aren't quite there.
Play. He has so much confidence, guys. What a finish.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. Now, here is Knight. Monroe with a screen on Chalmers. And here is Knight. Screen by Maxfield. Here's Parsons. They grab their own miss. And Maxfield kicks to Parsons. They double him with LeBron. And the pass to Parsons. Tries again. And he sails in for the layup.
They are double teaming Stuckey.
Well done, finishing that one off.
The Heat trail by 10.
They don't want them to score.
Feeds it away. The feed to LeBron. Backs down. With the lead pass. Haslem can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 10. Knight passes to Monroe. Back to Knight. Knight gets a screen from Monroe. Goes up to the stripe. A nice shot by Knight. Knight's got 14 points for the game.
Now 6 of their last 10 points from mid-range.
Yeah, jump shot really serving these guys pretty well. Just 1 of 4 now to start this third quarter.
I messed up on defense. Someone was not covered.
Stuckey outside. Goes up from the top of the key.
Oh, that's not good.
Chris Bosh with the rebound. The Heat trail by 12.
Well, you look at Chris Bosh, and last year he put together another solid season with Miami, averaged about 18 points and 8 boards. Not the numbers that he had when he was in Toronto, but of course he didn't have all that talent around him. He's fit in quite well with Wade and LeBron. And again, iffy shot selection there. Defender.
Incredible.
Something's wrong with the replay.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
Knight with it. He's got 14. He dishes it to Stuckey. Dishes it to Maxine. Stuckey. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Knight. So the whistle blows on the shot. And 2
Nice cut.
for the contact right there.
Look at what Brandon Knight has done so far. He's got 14 points, and he's been able to sink a pair of 3 balls as well.
That could be key for him. He doesn't need to hit a bunch of them. Just a couple or 3 from long range. That'll open up the game for him.
Rashard Lewis. He's checked in for Miami. And the Heat call time here. Without question, Rodney Stuckey displaying his skills today.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch. Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 13th in three-point field goal percentage, 18th in free throw percentage. And as far as steals go, bottom third of the league. That's unacceptable.
Udonis Haslem. He's checked in for Miami. Wade drives in. Knight grabs the board. Knight's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Into Maxfield. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And a moment to check out Miami, who they've got coming up. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
I think a lot of people
So far so good. I thought it's gonna be a little more difficult against Miami Heat, but it's only the start of the third quarter.
Inside the box.
Oh, nice fake.
Nice feed that time.
I fell for it. I fell for it. That was beautiful.
From Dwayne Wade. And it's 6 points for Chris Bosh. Pistons leading by 10. Knight dishes to Stuckey. Stuckey left side. And Parsons kicks to Monroe.
Damn.
It's stolen by Haslett. Goes up. And Wade slams it in.
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
Knight kicks to Stuckey. Six to shoot. Back to Knight. Three-pointer. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Stuckey's got his 6th assist on the night. LeBron passes to Wade.
It's in.
That's good.
Told you.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find
Floaters always goes in. At least for the
All
PC.
night. 19 points in the game. Back to Monroe. The offensive rebound. Leads him in there. Max Seal dishes to Stuckey. Into Max Seal. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Knight. And another three for Detroit.
Another second chance bucket. I mean, that's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, no excuses, Clark. And at some point, you're going to have to get focused and have all 5 defenders boxing out.
LeBron sets the screen for Chalmers. He kicks the box. Rebound, Detroit. Max Seal's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Stuckey, defended by Chalmers. Here's Knight. And good.
Yes.
Assist by Rodney Stuckey. Knight's got 25 points in the game.
They keep doubling Stuckey.
To LeBron.
You gotta take advantage of that.
And that one's good.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Knight kicks to Stuckey. Stuckey left side. Back to Knight. Over Wade. Excellent D from Wade. The Heat trail by 13. Here's Chalmers. Can't connect from the right block.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he is gone ice cold here.
Stuckey passes to Maxey. Back to Stuckey. Passes to Parsons. Poked away. Oh, trying for it. And it's on a bounce to the Pistons.
Half a second before putting up a shot.
Shane Battier is checked in for Haslett. Miller comes in
Let's
for
take
Chris
timeout
Bosh.
because
Allen is checked in for Dwayne Wade.
Monroe is tired.
And Morris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
You know, when you look at Miami last season, what they tried to do was get away from shooting all the three-point shots and get LeBron and Wade down near the block. And I thought that was important. The shot selection was much better. They got out and ran a lot more, and they used that athleticism to their advantage.
Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Williams comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Miami also making
Knight
a switch.
has
Chalmers is
25
checked in.
points already.
The Heat trail by 13. Kicks it to LeBron. Over Drummond. And again, it's LeBron James.
How did LeBron end up
LeBron's
on
now got
Drummond?
lead here in the quarter. Look at the athletes in Miami. They can be just downright scary if they're getting up and down the court on you. You really just got to duck.
You know what, Kevin? It's not just guys that can run. It's guys that can finish and run with Wade and LeBron. And those two, in and of themselves, I mean, they're a dynamic duo. I think playing the way they did last year, let them take full advantage of their personnel. They actually thrive being in the open court, and that's really how they tried to play most of the time.
Pass to Miller. Over Stuckey. With the second effort. Second shot opportunity. No good on the layup. Pistons leading by 11.
Stuckey.
Free ball. Rebounded by Badia.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Allen drives in. Miller dishes to LeBron. Good. And Miller gets the assist.
Jump too soon.
22 points for LeBron.
You got to love what he's doing out there, guys. With his team down, he's personally trying to bring them back.
Here is Knight. He's got 25. Stuckey. Here's the dish to Drummond. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And Andre Drummond, the guy oozing with talent, fell all the way to the 9th pick with Detroit because he's so raw. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch him develop. You know, he's got a ton of talent. We talked about it, the size, the athleticism. But we'll see. Can his offensive game develop to the point?
No. Oh,
Catching up on the
LeBron missed the floater.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Batty. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Mike Miller. Maxfield, he's covered by Bosh. And Maxfield kicks to Stuckey. Knight. Pistons passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stuckey. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And going back to Drummond, you know, it was a bit of a fall as there was talk he could be in the top 5 of the draft, but...
Dunk. Yes. Over Bosh.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Gilbert Arenas is checked in for the Pistons. The Pistons have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. The Heat trail by 12. And Chalmers kicks to Bosh. LeBron against Maxfield. Well, let's take a look at last year's top score. LeBron James third.
Now, he never took a night off. It seemed like he was scoring big all season long. Just a terrific year for him.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
Well, it was a clunker of a game for him at the foul line the last time they played.
Well, it's hard to imagine he'll put in that kind of performance twice in a row.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
So about the only knock on LeBron is just that he can't get it done in the fourth quarter of big games. We saw that in the 2000
My last timeout.
against Dallas.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Starts to fade away once you're wearing a championship.
So I'd rather take my final timeout. Alright. Up by 10 so far. Looking good.
Making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Jason Maxey. To the inside. It's stolen by Wade. And Chalmers with a clear path to the hoop. Second chance shot. The layup good by Wade. Wade's got 6 here in this quarter.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Here's Williams. Hammers it home.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, the D was way too soft right there, like Jello. You got to do better than that.
Clark, he's not the kind of guy you want to get in the way of.
Exactly.
And he's a hard man to stop coming down the lane, but you've got to have good position before the play starts.
Offensive rebound. LeBron is screen on Williams. It's Allen with the drive. Another shot. And he puts it up and in.
What?
Allen's got 8 points.
Oh, wow. Hey, where's the replay? That's not the replay. Oh man.
Points. And for LeBron last season, finally able to break through in his third finals appearance to win an NBA title and have these sweeps.
That was a great
You have
move.
to fail before you can succeed. At long last, a little vindication for LeBron.
Stucky again.
Before he found he wants to win not one, and not two, but perhaps he'd like to grab 3 of those titles. And you get the idea. They might have a chance if they can keep that team together and add some pieces.
Allen kicks to LeBron. He passes to Chalmers. Over Arenas. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the details. Here's Wade.
Foul call that time on the way up.
It's hard to stop Wade.
At the free throw line here.
We've seen D.
When
Wade
he's
getting it
slashing to
done.
the basket.
He's got 21 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
No, that's important. When you get to the foul line, any team, when you can outscore your opponent from the foul line, it's critical, and he's trying to do his part right there.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Haslam comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Lewis in for Ray Allen. Both good from the line that time.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Stuckey passes to Williams. He feeds it to Drummond. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Arenas. Arenas missing again.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but they can't make that mistake twice.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons lead by 7.
All right, 81 to 74.
The final quarter right here on 2K.
Let me check real quick on Twitch. Grego, tak widzę ten czat. Sprawdzam co kwartę. Okej. No pewnie, widzę. Okej, no pewnie, widzę. Okej, chodzi dobrze.
Sports.
The new season in the NBA rolls on.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start.
Okay. Starts for the fourth quarter.
Let's go to Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, our uncontainable game in this one, the stretch by the Pistons. They have shown their ruthless side as there were no signs of letting up from them. Each trip down the floor, it's a different guy getting a bucket, and their lead continues to grow.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping.
Up by 7.
That really blew the
So,
game open.
Well, you bet it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you've got one team in such
Oh.
offensive rhythm, and the other guy
I thought that's going to be a turnover. They're starting to pressure now.
always leads to runs like that.
Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Detroit.
Gotta be careful now.
Gilbert Arenas is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Terrence Williams. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Day in at center. Now here's LeBron. And Haslam kicks to Wade. Gives him a lead pass. Miller. The kick out to LeBron. Goes back up. Feeds it to Haslam. Back to LeBron. Lets it go from 11. Shot's good. LeBron's now got 14 points now in the second half. And here is Williams. Left side Williams. True on the 14th footer. And the Pistons lead by 7. Heat shooting 43% from the floor. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Wade. Rebounded by the Pistons. Arenas has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
Misses the step-back jump shot.
But it crossed LeBron.
Right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Backing down is LeBron. The feet to Haslam. Here's Miller. Another shot. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is.
5
So
points.
they will award the best defender.
Almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball
Let's go
once it's
back
on
with
the way
Monroe.
down.
Not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all.
And Stuckey.
Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
Chris Bosh is checked in for the Heat. Allen comes in for Mario Chalmers. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Arenas kicks to Williams. And sure, that
nice.
Williams has got 9 points here in the second half.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
LeBron with it. Pushes up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, I heard that LeBron still rides his bike to the arena now and again on game day, and he's an avid cyclist, I guess. And when you're down in Miami, you got to make the most of that Miami weather, don't you?
Yes, it's good. Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Austin Dick. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for J.J. Redick. They
Double teaming. Someone's got to be open.
Wade. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Going back to LeBron, you know, he's always enjoyed bicycles. He said as a kid in Akron, in fact, he tooled around on his bike looking for pickup games.
Understand that, kid.
Steve, you're a big bicyclist, I know. What do you think about that story?
Well, I think it's great. You know, and he has his charity event. I think it's called Wheels for Education every summer in Akron, a charity bike-a-thon, encouraging kids to stay active and to stay in school.
And now the Pistons fast break. Stuckey's got the ball.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
To set up that fast break. That's what you want to do after a turnover. Push the ball up the floor and strike quickly.
The Heat trail by 7. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. He pushes it to LeBron. Rebounded by the Pistons. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. On the wing, Stuckey. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Williams dishes to Arenas. Stuckey outside. Brown. And there's Stuckey. That's good on the assist by Arenas. Arenas has got 3 assists now in this one. Now LeBron. Back to Bosh. Dishes it to Chalmers. Takes a line up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, guys, Mario Chalmers has been a good fit in Miami as that point guard because he doesn't need the ball in his hands all the time. LeBron and Wade can handle it. He can spot up and take threes. And then at the other end of the floor, he's a scrappy defender as well.
And the Pistons making a change here. Parsons is checked in. And Miami with a change here, too. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for LeBron.
Rugged play under the boards. It's not a place for the weak of heart. You've got to go in there physically and aggressively.
Offensive rebound. Allen passes to Bosh. Gets it to go.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Pistons leading by 6.
And, you know, you look at a guy like Mario Chalmers. I mean, some of his weaknesses as a player are minimized playing for the Heat. He's not a great finisher or an elite playmaker, but again, he can leave that to LeBron and D. Wade.
Oops.
Create and play
Wrong
off of
button.
those guys. It really helps his game.
Heat have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. The 10-footer. And Detroit the other way.
They keep getting offensive rebounds.
Elsewhere, guys, because he can't get anything to go.
Boy, they are
4
really
points.
getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8
89, 85.
given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
And Parsons gets to Monroe. Hits it to
And
go.
one.
And the Pistons lead by 6.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game. Really playing well offensively. Chandler Parsons really is so skilled for a player his size, about 6'10", 220 pounds, but he can handle the ball, he can shoot it, he can pass it. Really not a big-time scorer coming into the NBA, but an excellent complementary player.
Brandon Knight's checked in for the Pistons.
He is always so in control, guys, even when he's going hard to the hoop. Very skilled finisher.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Stuckey with it. Wade picks him up. The kick out to Williams. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wade's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And Steve, you know, going back to Parsons, I think he slipped to the second round because he never became a go-to star.
3 points.
He excelled more with his versatility than his ability or even willingness to dominate games. But, you know, being
Just going to take a quick timeout.
is a really valued skill in the NBA. I mean, something other stars in college often have to learn.
Going to rest Monroe for a moment, just for a moment.
If you accept your role and you've got versatile skills.
The Pistons making a change here. Maxio's checked in. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Lawrence Frank coaching his team during that last break. He said we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there.
Oh, not again.
This point got across, guys.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Detroit with the ball. Chalmers against Knight. Shot clock at 6. It's a 1. Stuckey. The kick out to Williams. He's again. Offensive rebound. He kicks the Knight. Knight gets a screen from Maxio. Knight kicks to Maxio. Over Wade. Here's Stuckey. And finally they hit one. Stuckey's got 29.
Another more is just continuing to add to that big rebound margin.
And it's a bit ironic, guys. I mean, you would think the score wouldn't be so close the way they're dominating the glass. But this one is still in the back.
Haslam, that's good.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
Wade outside. Over Stuckey. Again, Wayne Wade.
Wade's carrying
Now
me.
just a 1-point Piston lead.
And Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they go to LeBron or Bosh or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have two guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight edge in closing over LeBron. You can play great defense on him, but he's still typically
down by
finds a
1
way to get the shot he wants.
Here's Williams. Passes it to Parsons. Over Haslam. And Parsons gets it to go. Here comes Dwayne Wade. Matthew Allen shoots the 3. Knight grabs the board. Knight's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Stuckey dishes to Parsons. Rebound by the Heat.
Like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open. Couldn't take advantage.
Wade gets the bucket.
Not a lot stopping him here in the fourth. He's now 4 for 5.
The Pistons trailing. Now, here is Knight. Takes it to Stuckey. Here's the dish to Parsons. Williams passes to Stuckey. And Maxio kicks to Williams. Parsons dishes to Stuckey. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go. Stuckey's got 7 points for the quarter.
Way too much time and space on that three. He'll make that one all the time.
Well, it's a warm-up jumper, Steve, the kind that you can knock down still to this day. You're one of the best all-time three-pointers we've had in the NBA.
Oh, I know it's gonna happen.
Try to challenge
I should stay on.
And defensively, you've got
I should stay on the cutter.
Yeah, he's not going to miss those, not often anyway. The defense has to muscle up and deny him that position to have a chance.
Maxfield is guarded by Haslam. And the basket by Maxfield. And the Pistons lead by 2.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
All right.
Called the Heat. Without question, Roger Stuckey.
Let's get Monroe back.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Wade Monroe. He's checking for Jason Maxey. And Miami with a change here, too.
We got to play some Dino.
And here is Chalmers. Pass to LeBron. Outside Bosch. Just 5 to shoot. Wade. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Wade.
He's definitely the guy they want at the line in this situation. He loves these kinds of moments.
Knight kicks to Monroe. Working on Bosch. Off the Knight. Pulls it up. And Detroit again with the bucket. Miami trailing. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth.
They definitely had the advantage inside. Another big grab a moment ago.
Outside Williams. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. 6 to shoot.
Yes.
Score.
He's been so valuable for this team with plays like that one.
And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 4. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. .129 left in the fourth quarter. Chalmers off on the lane.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that.
Knight with it. That's good. Knight's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
59 seconds left in the game. Here's Wade. Rodney Stuckey pulls it in. The Pistons shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks.
No.
Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
That aggressive two-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure.
So it's Detroit now.
4 points.
The biggest lead of the game.
40 seconds.
15 points. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stuckey kicks to Knight. He feeds it to Williams. And stolen by LeBron. Chalmers pass to LeBron. The pass to Wade. Hits the ball.
Floater, of course, good.
Wade has found
And time off. I'm gonna get JJ Redick now.
Time call here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're leading by 2. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. The Pistons making a change here. seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not from the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope
He's
for a
automatic from the line.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. It's a 4-point ball game.
And thanks to those free throws right there, it becomes a 2-possession game.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 4. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they're drawing up the only thing they can here. You just get off a quick one and then go ahead and foul.
I think free throws are going to be front and center the rest of the way here.
And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul call. He'll shoot free throws. It's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. All free throws good from Wade.
They're in great position now thanks to those clutch free throws. Just a 1-possession game now.
And now an intentional foul. They need to fall back as soon as possible. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, that's all she wrote. I think he sealed the deal with those free throws.
LeBron kicks to Bosch. Over Reddick. Again, the miss by the Heat.
That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Someone was open right under the basket. All right, I think that's it.
First one, and that puts them up by 5. And he's unable to get the second one. Here's LeBron. Oh, no good. And so the Pistons take the win. They pulled off this
pretty cool game
with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice.
Who's player of the game? Stuckey, of course. He was on fire at one moment, at one point of the game. .34 points, 8 assists. Very good game. So let's see. Wade had 37, LeBron 28, Bosch 10. Knight and Stuckey leaders in the Pistons, 34 and 30. Monroe with 15. Alright, so that's it. And right now I'm going to play my player, just one game, so it shouldn't be too long. Let's just make sure that association is saved. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn down the music. Got to change the sound and my player. And I'm gonna play against Memphis now. So real quick game, and I think I'm gonna make these live streams once a week. So I'm gonna I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna make them every week. And Tuesday, I think.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous official Queensbridge Grizzlies.
Something's not right, I think. Yeah.
Certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Maybe the upper hand of this one. The Memphis Grizzlies won the last match of the season.
Oh, I forgot to check
Kevin, the starters didn't have too much
the
pressure
Twitch.
on them in that game because of how effective the bench
Let's go, Tony. Thanks, Greg.
Another thing getting all those quality minutes from the reserves did was keep their starting five fresh for the second half.
A look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies presented by State Farm. Tony Allen and Rudy Gay, the two wings. Arthur out there with Mark Gasol. And it's Bayless in at the point. And for the Rockets, Kevin Martin and Chandler Parsons at the 2 and 3. Juwan Johnson out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Lynn in at the point.
I just don't like the press to appear in the game because sometimes really strange things happen. So I just let the game simulate. But I'm gonna be in the game in no time. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna change the camera real quick. Take it off. Forward. Let's go.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said, Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block in the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20-10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris.
Houston ended up on the outside of the playoff group.
I don't know why, but some last games were really difficult for me. I don't know why.
Jones checked in for the Rockets. Delfino comes in for Chandler Parsons. Here's Roden.
I was struggling a little bit.
Roden, the pass to Pondexter. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. Coach got a good conversation there about Houston. What they did against the West. They were 23 and 25 and hard to make the playoffs and under 500 within your conference, Steve, in that category.
Well, it's such a difficult conference. So many strong teams. So if you're going to be under 500 in your conference, you're probably not going to make the playoffs. 23 and 25 is not a bad number. And that's why Houston was close, but it just wasn't quite enough to get them into the postseason.
Now here's Lamb. Right now averaging 7 points a game. 5 on the clock. Here's Iverson. Johnson dishes to Iverson. Kicks it to Lamb. Kicks it out to Iverson. Houston moving it around. And Parsons kicks to Iverson. And it's Spates with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And guys, when I look at Maurice Spates out of Florida, I think he's got a lot of potential. Good rebounder, nice touch from the inside and out. It's just a matter of the energy and the effort that he puts forth each night. Did you see his balance there? That's really faded away. I think that's why he missed.
Iverson passes to Jones. Parsons, he's covered by Randolph. And Jones gets it to go in on the exit from Parsons. Jones has got his first bucket of the night for the Rockets. Gary Forbes comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Iverson. And you know, talking about Spates, a talented player taken in the lottery back in 2008. Clark, what's the next step for him, you think?
Well, clearly the talent is there, Kevin. I think
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, their offense struggled for almost that entire game. You know, whenever they did start to put together something during a decent stretch, it just seemed to end just as quickly as it began.
Yeah, but even so, there weren't many of those decent stretches. I mean, talk about being in a rut.
Iverson in at 2 guard. Marcus Morris is out there at Martin. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Lynn in at the 1. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Morris kicks to Lynn. 4 on the clock. Patterson takes it for the shot.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
Here's Selby.
I keep forgetting shooting guard right now.
Gay lets up. He dishes it to Selby. From 11 feet away. And that one's good. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Dishes to Patterson. Back to Lynn. With the lead pass. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 4 points this quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Selby issues to Gay. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Second chance shot. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got 6 points.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
They're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Here's Iverson. The Grizzlies pull in. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Well, not too much went wrong for them in that one, especially offensively. It worked out pretty much just as they had planned.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent game plan, and they carried it out very effectively. The kind of game that makes the coach proud.
Outside, Lynn. Martin. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. No good. Here's Selby, covered by Martin. Selby passes to Arthur. For the 3. That one goes. Count. Now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
Hey, they might have to make a defensive adjustment. You can't give them that kind of a look from beyond the arc.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Martin. And Delfino is subbed in for Iverson. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Hadadi's checked in, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Tony Allen. Here's Gasol. 26 points for him last game against Dallas.
And don't forget about the incredible rebound night for him, too. I mean, just devouring the glass all game long.
Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Rockets leading by 10. Iverson kicks to Jones. Gasol with the steal. Spates against Johnson. Pulls up. Check the line. And Spates gets it to go.
Probably had a rebound.
So many points that way because the effort is there constantly on the offensive glass.
Gary Ford's checked in for Memphis. Lamb comes in for Kevin Martin.
Well, Memphis knew that if they wanted to get better as a team, they would have to be better on the road. Even though they still have some work to do, they did make strides in that area last season.
And that one's good. Iverson's got his first points of the night.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result. But a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Back to Gasol. The feed now to Roden. Beats him in there. On next to it. Another shot. Here's Spates.
Damn. Somebody get a rebound.
No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Rockets leading by 9. Going back to Memphis, Steve was just talking about Clark a second ago. They made strides, but they still weren't where they ultimately wanted to be. You know, away from home, for instance, just 15 and 18.
But that's still an improvement over what they were the year before. I mean, so you got to look at progress being made there. They just need to keep the trend moving in the right direction as this franchise continues to try to become one of the elite teams in the Western Conference.
They set the pick. Iverson outside. Back to Johnson. And he uses both hands.
Not much resistance on that team.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of them, and they paid the price.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Roten with it. Feeds to space. He feeds it to Roten. Memphis moving it around. Baseline J. That's good from Gasol. And the assist from Roten. And that's now 10 points for Marc Gasol. Now here's Iverson. Right now averaging 7 points a game. This is at the fours. Back to Iverson. Inside. Johnson gets to land. On the pass to Iverson. Fader on the way. It's rebounded by Memphis. Pondexter's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, you look at the Rockets head coach Kevin McHale in just his second full season as an NBA coach. Remember, he spent a couple of years as an interim coach for the Timberwolves when he was the GM. But really did a great job with that Houston club last season.
No good. Ellington dishes to Pondexter. He passes to Gasol. To the post, Pondexter. And it's good on the way in. Pondexter's got his second bucket of the night. And you mentioned McHale's tenure with Minnesota. 13 years as the general manager of the Timberwolves. Yet, Steve, unable to really build a consistent winner around the great pick of Kevin Garnett.
Well, they had it going for a while, Kevin, when they had Marbury and Garnett. But then Marbury forced his way out with a trade, and Minnesota had a couple of good seasons after that, but then they really went in the tank. And I think it was a difficult time for McHale. I think a lot of people question whether he'd be a good NBA coach, but to me, it looks like he is pretty solid. He's been around the game forever, but he's got a good feel for his players, puts them in a position to succeed.
56 seconds left in the second quarter. There's a screen. Iverson passes to Johnson. Back to Iverson. Tigers from the corner, and that's good. And the Rockets lead by 9. The Grizzlies shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And here's Roten. Ellington gets to Gasol. The dish to Roten. Takes it to space. He dishes it to Ellington. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key jumper, no good. Rockets lead by 9. Iverson up top. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Rockets have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
So that going in.
The season has not been kind to them at the free throw line, guys. They're only making about 71%.
Guys, particularly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
And both free throws good for Johnson. 7 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Bailey. No good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first half of play. Rockets lead by 11. Sixers coming up after the break. It'll be Damon Bruce breaking
good
down all the
first half.
highlights from the... Now,
Up by 11.
Sprint.
Here's the halftime
The fun has
report.
begun on this Saturday night, and we're ready to look back at all the first half action. A full steam ahead for the Rockets, playing great basketball. A team definitely in the mix for the playoffs, and as a matter of fact, if they win this one, they'll move into the 8th spot. Offensively, they've been in a zone. A lot of great team play, providing looks from all over the floor. And for Memphis, they've really been battling. An excellent job of getting into the paint, piling up those second chance points. A sensational first half from Marc Gasol. He's got 10 points, and he's helped out with some key rebounds as well. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Well, Jeremy Lin has been getting it done. 10 points and some assists, too. How about 3 of them? I think that was as productive a first half as he could have hoped for.
Now here's Iverson. Not a lot of room. Shot's good. Patterson's got 11 points.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
So on the floor for Memphis, Tony Allen and Rudy Gay, the 2-8. Maurice Speights out there with it, and it's Davis in the point guard position. Rockets lead by 10.
Kevin Martin.
Maurice Speights last year, a trade took him from Philadelphia to Memphis, where he played pretty well. And I think he could develop a nice niche there with the Grizzlies. A very talented scorer.
I don't know why, but I'm on the floor. Kevin Martin usually is not.
Well, shake and bake in the last matchup against the 76ers had an off game. He had 6 points and also did his part on the glass, pulling in some key rebounds to help his team. He fought foul trouble all game and ended up fouling out of the contest. Surely something he'll hope to avoid in this one, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Just not the game he hoped to have, guys.
It sure was.
Oh, missed the layup.
You know, to be a winner in basketball or the game of life, it takes experiences like that to cause you to use it as fuel to bring it that much harder the next time. Sometimes you go through that adversity and disappointment. We'll see what he does here.
Well said. Yeah, and the key is, I think, you have to have the right approach and the right attitude. You have to use the experience, but you have to let go of the emotion. And as long as he's motivated and excited to be out here, he can figure out what to do next and kind of take that next step forward.
And for a Memphis team that had injuries to both Darrell Arthur and Zach Randolph, a lot of playing time opened up for Maurice Speights.
And Kevin, his percentages around the rim dropped off a little bit, but there's no question that Speights has the tools to be a good player for a long time. A very effective front line reserve because he can shoot, he rebounds, he can get offensive boards as well.
Johnson dishes to Iverson. Leans from outside. There's a whistle. It's going to go on Carlos Delfino. That's his first foul.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but, you know, you got to be smart, too. Over the back, that's an easy call there.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Darrell Arthur. He's checked in for Randall. Roten comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Selby.
Oh, one of the things that the Rockets did a year ago was they improved their division record. And of course, playing in the Southwest is difficult. So many great teams. But Houston, very competitive a year ago.
Here is Bayless. Iverson cover. Bayless's shot is off.
He can't find anything out there. His misses are really hurting his team.
And this gets to Iverson. Here's the screen. Dishes it to Delfino. 18 feet away and he knocks it down. Delfino's got his second basket of the night. Well, you look at Houston's record in the division. They were 6-8. This didn't jump out at you in any way, but they were battling in each and every game. And people would tell you there was no quick mark on that team.
There certainly wasn't. And part of what you need to establish is having teams fear you a little bit, being able to intimidate your opponents, especially within the division. Houston might not have topped 500 last year, but teams knew when they faced the Rockets, it wasn't an easy date on the schedule.
Iverson right side. The feed to Parsons. There's the three. Can't get it to go.
Shooting-wise, he's having a tough quarter. I mean, he just seems to have gone cold. Can't find the basket.
He kicks it to Roten. He feeds it to Haddadi. Just 5 on the clock. Roten Some nice passing there by Memphis. Gay can't get it to go.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10.
Oh, come on.
An easy layup for them.
Roten with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Roten, the pass to Haddadi. Kicks it out to Gay. Over Iverson. Another miss by Gay.
That's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Parsons was really a surprise coming out of Florida. Had a big impact this rookie season with Houston. Very reliable in a lot of areas. Can handle the ball, can knock down a long-range shot. And
Gotta be careful not to make
well.
too many turnovers.
Such an easy guy to send down on the floor. You know exactly what he's going to give you on offense, and is very consistent. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Jawan Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. It's Martin in for Allen. And Parsons kicks to Iverson. And hits one. He's ready to get back on track. Iverson's got his 3rd basket of the
When I
night.
start making turnovers,
The Grizzlies trail by 11.
just goes on and on and on.
Now Davis, averaging 9 points per contest. The 8-footer. The Rockets pull it in. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And they're struggling a little bit on the glass. They've got to pick up their physical play in the paint.
Yeah, it's about being tougher and more physical, just as you said, Steve. If they can do that better, they've got a chance to come back.
Rebound.
An easy 2 points on the layup. Allen's got 8.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of the last 10 coming inside.
Iverson dishes to Patterson. It's on target from the high post. He's got 13.
Well, good job finding a little opening in the defense and burying the jumper.
Here is Bayless. Feeds it to Haddadi. Pass to Bayless. Over Iverson. Bayless's shot is off.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Iverson passes to Parsons. Pass to Patterson. That's good. Patterson's got 15 points.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
You're good, Kevin. I mean, too many of them. They need some points.
Here's Gage.
Whoa.
I can't imagine that we'll see one better than that.
Damn.
I'm with you on that, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked if we saw something more entertaining than that one.
Special thanks to Sprite.
Patterson was a little late.
1:21 left to play in the third. The alley-oop pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Statistically speaking, let's see where the Rockets sit right now. 7th in assists, 12th in fewest turnovers per game, and the shooting number is a bit woeful. Just top 20 in the league in field goal percentage.
And the top 10 in assist number that you talked about really is what stands out to me.
They didn't count that as a turnover for me.
They like to share the ball. They
I
really
don't know
work
why.
hard at the offensive end to make sure they get the best possible shot every time down the floor.
Iverson kicks to Johnson. The pass to Douglas. Iverson outside. That's blocked. Tries again. The shot's good from Douglas. Douglas has got the
I gotta upgrade my layup because I missed too much.
He's in at point guard.
I missed too much inside.
Patrick Patterson. Then there's Tony Douglas, and it's Johnson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And Kevin Martin pulls it down. Rockets leading by 13. Douglas with it. Back to Martin. That's in, coming off a nice assist from Douglas. 14 points for Martin. It is now to Ellington. Over Martin. Rejected by Martin. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Iverson. Kicks to Patterson. He passes to Martin. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Steps back and fires. The shot's good from Bayless.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
Iverson up top. Looking to get back on track here. Here's Johnson. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Rockets lead by 15. The Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. And Bayless hits to Arthur. He's against Martin. He dishes it to Bayless. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Douglas. Douglas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. A jump hook. And Iverson gets it to go.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
Now Bayless.
We're up by 17. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Whoops. I got my escape button right next to the rebound and block button. So excuse me for that.
And Tony Allen subbed in for Wayne Ellington. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Allen outside. He kicks to Gasol. Unloads from 13. Gasol with another miss.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
Oh, I got a mismatch.
Sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here is Bayless. Iverson cover. Gets the bucket. 18 points for Gay.
Right, you can see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside. Well, you knew the Grizzlies were anticipating going deep into the playoffs after they had a nice run into the second round in 2011. They don't seem ready to settle for first-round exits, and they've got the personnel and coaching to be right in the thick of things going forward.
Mark, how about the previous year when they were number 8 seed, knocked out the number 1 seed San Antonio in 2010. 6 to shoot. Johnson gets the bucket. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Bayless dishes to Allen. He feeds it to Gasol. Stolen by Martin. Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Parsons. And it's good. And the Rockets lead by 20. And the Grizzlies, for the Grizzlies, they had a doozy of a matchup with the Clippers. Steve, you did a couple of those games in the first round. Exciting to watch.
Oh, man, was it ever. I mean, that series went 7 games. Remember, there was the incredible Clipper comeback. I think it was game 1 in Memphis. And then for the Clippers to go back to Memphis and win the deciding game on the road, that was really surprising.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this.
Now here's Iverson. Iverson right side. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Bayless the pass to Arthur. Rockets with the rebound.
They continue to pull down misses, and that's how they're maintaining this lead.
Yeah, well, one and done is the recipe for continuing to hold on to a lead. You don't want to let the other team back in it by giving them extra possession.
Here's Iverson. No good. Good D by Gasol. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Feeds to Allen. Gay outside. From about 16, the Rockets pull it in. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
Boy, a lot of fans around the league really focused on that matchup for Chicago.
And that one's good, Iverson. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 43% from the floor. Bayless kicks to Allen. Down low. Bayless dishes to Gasol. And the shot is good. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Iverson.
Oh, no, no, no. I wanted one more assist. Let me back in, coach. One minute left. Can I get my first double-double?
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I'm guarding really gay. What the hell?
Passes it to Gay. Money from the wing.
You gotta love what he's doing out there, guys. With his team down, he's personally trying to bring them back.
Clark can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Give it back, give it back.
Jones, the pass to Iverson. Jones with the screen on Gay. Clock at 6. Iverson kicks to Jones.
Yes!
Strong with the one-handed jam.
My first double-double.
Take it easy on them down the stretch. It certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, they're still aggressively attacking the basket and putting up points.
Tony Douglas is checked in for the Rockets. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Spates checked in for Gasol. Bayless comes in for Zach Randolph. And Selby's subbed in for Tony Allen. Selby kicks to Gay. Monzoli earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll...
Oh, come on, that was a block.
Shoot 2. And the first one drops. And so Gay nails both of them.
Did he just said the Gay nailed both of them? Oh my god.
You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next...
Who's the player of the game? I've never been a player of the game. Chandler Parsons. Okay. So that's it. 23 minutes, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. Not the best shooting percentage, but at least we won the game. So that's it for today.
Tonight's game marks your first career double-double. Do you view this game as the stepping-off point in your career?
More than anything, this game gave me the confidence I needed to continue improving my game. I always knew I was good enough to play in the NBA, but this reminded me that I have what it takes to soar above the rest, you know? It's time for liftoff, baby.
Alright, so let me check Twitch a little quick. Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone, and hope you enjoyed the live stream. And I'm gonna make another live stream next week on the same day and same time. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you next week. Bye bye.